Today we are talking about Battle Royale. We are talking about games like PubG and Fortnite and all the other games that now have a Battle Royale mode. But the point is, आया कहाँ से? Why are we using the word Battle Royale?
What is this concept really?
Today we deep dive into its history. कहाँ से आया? किधर से आया? So let's just get into the
Podcast.
Everyone is played PUBG and the point is, it's not the PUBG part, it is what comes after that, because PUBG stands for Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Then it says Battle Royale, right?
Yes.
So I mean, I am pretty sure all of you know how a PUBG game works, but I'm gonna quickly go over it for the the one person who doesn't know. It's like a lot of players are thrown onto a map in a video game and they try and kill each other while the map keeps shrinking.
Yes.
So they're forced into conflict. Right.
So even if you're trying to avoid it, there's going to be a good chance that you're going to have to get to the conflict at some point, because there's a good chance you just die. Correct.
You can hide only so much. Yes. At some point you have to fight. Correct. Right. So now everybody's like, wow, PUBG, and now because of PUBG there's Fortnite and God knows how many games.
Fortnite also has like a Battle Royale mode now. You can, and Call of Duty also has a Battle
Royale mode. Every game now has a Battle Royale. Halo has
you can just add on Battle Royale to anything, and
basically everybody saw, wow, PUBG is doing so well, and other लेकिन मेरे पास भी first person shooter है, मैं भी बनाएगा. So now you have players parachuting out of into any island. Everyone is slaughtering each other in Battle Royale mode.
And it's just the graphics of the different games now.
Correct.
At this point.
So then we were thinking, hey man, where did this Battle Royale thing come from, right? Because for the longest time, multiplayer video gaming was there, Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
A team versus B team, trying to do different activities or whatever, bomb diffuser, Counter-Strike. But my point is so now everybody's playing PUBG, but we want to know, ye Battle Royale aaya kahan se? And where is this Battle Royale going? And today we discuss and understand that actually this story is more than 300 years old.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, my mind is blown by some of this information. Some of it, obviously, we already knew because we already were into this scene from the beginning. But some of it is really mind blowing. I did not know it was 300 years old. I figured it might be closer to us than to
So and that's where kind of a deep dive journey begins. So first of all, let's focus on the word Battle Royale. So first time I heard the word was in WWE. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't know who has seen professional. Did you watch professional wrestling as a kid?
No, I did not. But I did have a lot of WWE cards. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't understand why I did this. But I never watched WWE, but I knew all about the players and the team, whatever.
You had trump cards.
Because I had the cards.
Correct.
And I was involved in a lot of you give me that one, I'll give you this one, and playing that stupid game.
So you were really into the WWE card game.
Which is weird. I guess that's how I got into Pokemon cards also, because I had the WWE cards.
So oh, nice. Pokemon card.
Yeah, dude, at one point, if you just take the name of a WWE wrestler, I would be able to tell you stats.
Yokozuna.
I don't know it anymore.
I
mean, for good reason. I don't know why I knew it to start with. What a waste of brain space.
Man, I remember if you got Yokozuna, you'd always play the weight.
Absolutely. Yokozuna, Rikishi, all these people was useful for that only. What else can Rikishi do?
Correct.
What else?
Weight class. Wow. So basically, it started with professional wrestling, right? So in professional wrestling, we hear the term, right? Remember when, even now they have it, when all of them fucking enter the ring and they bash it out.
It's like a proper melee. There is just kisi ka ye ho raha hai, kisi ka wo ho raha hai. Very, very similar to that.
It's called Royal Rumble.
No, so the Royal Rumble.
It's now called Royal Rumble probably.
So basically, it was called Battle Royale and they're called Royal Rumble. So they were used interchangeably, right? Because the point is, the first known use is from UK. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
So actually, कहानी शुरू होती है it's 1600s. It's industrialization has begun in.
Oh wait, I think I did know this. Oh my god, yes, continue.
So basically, industrialization has begun in London. ऐसा पहली बार industries है, तो London city is getting very populated with workers and all who are working hard all day, and now they need some entertainment.
Right.
So the natural thing they said, how we'll entertain ourselves? Bare knuckle boxing.
You know what? I still feel like it's important. I would 100% partake in something like this. Because I often say it at work, actually, that I want to beat someone up. And Ramanjan knows this. He can...
Okay, but I mean, imagine like all day you've been working really hard and then you're like, I want to relax now. So I'm going to go and watch two guys beat themselves. Like,
or participate.
ऐसा वो Sherlock Holmes का नहीं है. हाँ, और participate, yeah. Because after all, you have been doing all the physical work, so you have all the muscles for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they go and...
So yeah, basically it's like 10-15 people. They would announce it. They would put up like these signs everywhere ki on Friday this thing is happening, where we are going to have like a battle royale, and there'll be 15 people fighting, and then one person will emerge victorious.
So the original one had only 8 players.
8.
So there was this thing, and that, my friend Ramanujan, was also known as Roll and Rumble.
That's where
so
WWE
Battle Royale / Royal Rumble both ka origin is
that UK fighting only. Basically they had a giant fight club that they loved talking about.
Correct.
So it wasn't.
And then by the way, so this big fight club happened and this is there, and then what happened? Britishers went everywhere and they went to America, right? Because they settled America, and over there, so and after a while in UK people thought, you know what, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा violent हो रहा है इतना हम लोग को we shouldn't be punching so much, right?
Okay.
इतना punching ज़्यादा हो गया.
Punching थोड़ा कम करते हैं and conquest ज़्यादा करते हैं.
Correct. We should be punching outwards, not inwards. We punch down. You need to punch down, not punch up. It's not fun any.
Oh my god.
So anyways, so America में गए, but America में they are having all this punching game and punching each other, and they don't know that Britain has decided that it is not cool anymore. So they're punching.
थोड़ा communication error हो गया.
And then in America, the same game now, because who else was doing the hard labor in America now?
The black people.
Correct. Who were back then slaves. So they were like, now they became the people who were
participating in these things. Got it.
Like how in that movie Django Unchained.
You're right. There was the thing like that in Django Unchained.
Correct. Right? Which is quite awful. But yeah. But my point is, that is where this whole battle royale thing is there, and then it became part of popular culture with world, WWE.
I'm sure this concept existed pehle also, don't you think? Like before, like I'm sure the term was coined like maybe around that time, because like isn't this the same thing that gladiators used to do?
Correct.
Like technically in Rome also they used to just throw all these people, they used to give them like a weapon of choice, and they used to be like fight.
What do you call battle royale in Roman? Quarter pounder with cheese. I don't know.
I won't be surprised if it was very similar to that. But that's what it was.
Pulp Fiction reference. I don't know. I don't know if somebody got it. Good for you. You get 5 stars for getting that real obscure reference. Anyway.
But yeah, dude, that's what they used to do.
Correct,
also. And that was actually very close to like, even just developing.
And by the way,
did
you know? You know what? You're right. Even in the gladiator fights, there is a shrinking circle. Did you know?
Yeah, they did.
You know how they shrunk the circle for gladiators to fight? They had lions and tigers on chains, and they would keep increasing the length of the chain, so you can't back out or you'll get mauled by the animal.
And like there's a good chance like in gladiator fights, obviously the rules were like few and far between. There were not many rules, but one of the rules was that if you'd only survive if you were like the main victor.
Correct.
And there's a good chance that the main victor also would be like fed to the lions after that. Like it wasn't a...
Hey, actually, when it comes to Gladiator, no, so that is the movie version of things. In actual Rome, right? Gladiator deaths were not as common because first of all, to train a gladiator costs so much money. Right? It's really expensive, by the way, to train someone
to be able to like aesthetically fight in front of a crowd.
Correct. So to lose them immediately is a big loss. So actually the deaths were not as much. Like it was more theatrics than actual.
I don't even think I have like a movie reference to gladiators more than like Asterix and Obelix. That's the reference to gladiators I have. But in that it was very clear. It was like theatrics, because in that it was like more like when they joined the gladiatorial competition, that time they were asked to choose your weapon of choice, and there were multiple things like fishnets and like one of those, and they were like, I guess I like this, and they were it was something like that, which is kind of funny that that's how it actually was.
Yeah, so it's mostly. I mean, you have to train a lot. So by the way, did you know? So in terms of like, so America, land of the free, is the one of the few places there's something known as, so you have pro wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And then there is an extreme pro wrestling where everything is allowed. Where, dude, so people use glass, sharp, like people, like they end up like coming out of the battle like bloody. And there's someone who's now trying to bring back bare knuckle boxing ka pro league in the USA because I don't know, I guess it's violent and fun.
Oh, so basically it's Bollywood action movie, but like
No. So this is no. See, Bollywood action movie is like over the top.
हाँ,
It's
but
like
वो glass वगैरह sounds very much like
Oh yeah,
Bollywood.
yes, that's true. But the point is, it looks very violent because it is, but they train to take that damage. So they know how to break but they bleed and all, man.
God.
But they know so even the weapons that they're using are made in such a way that it makes smaller injuries, but still very risky. You know what I mean? It can still lead to very
Petition to call this मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता.
You know what? That'd be great.
So like basically Battle Royale as a concept was introduced for the first time in a fictional world in this manga by this guy called Takami called Battle Royale. And naturally he got this idea from other things, like, you know,
Correct.
there's a good chance he picked up some aspects of things
Correct.
from Stephen King and things like that.
Correct.
So but he was the first person to put in a fictional thing out there.
Correct.
That
So basically, I think what you're saying is the manga. So okay, to recap, the manga Battle Royale was essentially what has created the template for what we believe in the gaming world as Battle Royale.
Correct. Because as in the gaming world, you don't think about this thing ki there are 15 people and they are all like punching each other.
Correct.
Like technically, yes, it makes sense.
Yes.
But
It's not. But point is, when you hear Battle Royale, you don't think wrestling anymore.
yes.
You only think video games.
Correct.
But the point is, the video game one is actually based on this manga.
Correct. Because this manga was the first time when they actually had this concept out there that, okay, this is an island and, you know, 42 people in the original, it is 42 people because it's one class of Japanese teenagers
Correct.
were thrown onto the island and it was like fight to the death, one person has to win. And nothing else was happening, like, except that. Everyone was just given that as this is your assignment, please do like that. And each of them was, this is the funniest part, like each of them was given one item, okay?
Correct.
So very similar to PubG, Fortnite, okay? Each of them was given one item, so most people got like weapons and guns and all. Some people, my heart goes out to them because I would be one of them. They got stuff like a boomerang.
Oh fuck. So basically, it was like a loot crate system, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. So basically, so pro wrestling has like the term Battle Royale in it. But Battle Royale as we know it was first kind of appeared in popular culture in the 1990s.
Yes.
Because of a Japanese novel.
Yes.
Which predates the manga.
Yes.
By the same author.
Yes.
And in the novel is based in the fact that there's like Japan as a fascist society ho gaya. And by the way, so in this fascist society is like she said, right? What they do is they randomly pick up a class.
Randomly pick up like 42 teenagers, like 50 actually, teenagers, and they are of third year in Japan, basically around 9th standard. And they are randomly picked by the government and they are thrown onto this island, and the idea
for funsies.
Yeah, and the idea that time was that they told the people that we are doing this for research benefits. Like, you know, we are doing this so that we can find out how best to train survival instinct ke liye, kaise karne ka and stuff
Correct.
like that. And this is a government that's based on the police and the military, okay? Like,
Correct.
naturally, if it's a fascist government, it needs like a very strong force to keep the people down.
Correct.
But the actual agenda of this was very clear, that they just wanted to keep spawning hatred among the people.
Correct.
Because ultimately, like, say Anurag and I were in the same class and there's a good chance we'd get picked for this Battle Royale thing.
Correct.
Like, from the beginning, we'd be mistrusting of each other.
Correct. Because there can be only one winner.
Correct. And like,
by the way, in the same, what is interesting is how much of a copy paste the game is of this manga. By the way, talking about copy paste, I'll quickly interject that this children fighting each other to keep a population under check sounds surprisingly similar to another copy. Hunger Games. Hunger Games are looking at you. You copied it from the Japanese,
Dude,
man.
and the funniest thing is this lady Collins or whatever her name is, the Hunger Games lady, says she's never read Battle Royale.
Bullshit.
She did
Dude,
not know this concept existed, and that's wild. Okay, it's really out
it's-
there. When I read the manga for the first time, I was like, "Huh, it makes sense." Like that.
No, it is 100% copy. There's no. She has read that manga/novel, and now she's just pretending कि dude हो ही नहीं सकता. बच्चे, fascist, Hunger Games, fighting each other with loot crates and like random.
It's the same concept. It's just based around hunger. Like that is the only thing that is changing.
It's basically Hunger Games - Battle Royale.
It's really that only. Damn it. But I think what was fascinating about this concept was like I had never read into this before, but because I knew we were going to talk about this, I decided to read into like what the dude was thinking when he came up with this book.
Correct.
Right? And he has no qualms about telling कि मुझे कहाँ से वगैरह ये मिला, inspiration मिला. उसको कोई problem नहीं है. But one of the funniest things that came up was, to me at least,
Correct.
was that he wanted to base this off of pro wrestling.
Okay.
Like he knew, like when he told his friends this idea कि you know when I was sleeping I had this hallucination that one of this TV dramas teachers is saying I have a new assignment for you, now fight each other and kill each other, you know. He saw like a hallucination that said that, and he was like, this is a good idea, I'm going to try
make it into a book,
write something. But he wanted to write it like pro wrestling because when he said this to his friends are like, oh, this sounds like pro wrestling. Matlab, you know, that's how they also function.
Correct.
And he was like, cool. And then he's like, I'll make it like a fun fighty thing. And then he realized that there is actually a very dark underlying thing in this.
Correct.
Because you have to betray someone you trust or someone who trusts you.
Correct. Otherwise you can't win.
And how much ever he tried, he couldn't make it fun. Like he was like, ऐसे करूँगा नहीं हुआ, ऐसे करूँगा नहीं हुआ, and he was like, अब मेरे को यही बनाना पड़ेगा. I don't
Dark as fuck. Hey, by the way, the warning for those who are looking for this content, both the movie and the manga, the Japanese manga, are very violent. Very gory.
Very violent. In
like,
fact,
not for kids.
In fact, like
just be careful.
The artist of the manga has like very painstakingly and lovingly drawn every drop of blood that was possible.
Detailed gore.
Detailed gore. And I think what made it worse in general, naturally because that was the intent, you are really taken into the deep into the lives of all these people enough to care when they pass out.
And then they die such brutally. Wow.
Very brutally. Wow. And they are very real creatures also. By
the way, so like how you think, right? All these, like everybody thinks ki, oh man, PUBG is so creative, innovative. That shrinking map thing. By the way, even in this manga, they have the shrinking map. So these guys are wearing collars.
Metal collars, yeah.
So if you're in the wrong region and you don't go to the right region, they explode, killing you.
Yeah, and they've been told actually. So this is what it is. You know how in PUBG, if you don't kill someone, keep sinking, so you have to keep moving, right?
Correct.
So they have a time limit ki within 24 hours, if nothing happens and there's no kill, then you will all die. We will make sure all of it explodes. So there has to be kills like right from the beginning.
So at least one kill a day.
Yes, at least. So then, and if you travel to a forbidden zone, which is essentially the shrinking map, like the forbidden zone keeps changing and like it keeps reducing your area that you can cover in the island.
Correct.
So if you go to a forbidden zone, you come to know because the thing like, tells you ki, you're not allowed to be here or whatever.
By the way, so now after this Battle Royale movie / manga, there was a series of anime, by the way, that all had the Battle Royale premise. Like whether it was monsters.
Because this did so well, like that is the thing. And dude, this book was like rejected first, you know.
Whoa.
Like first they were like, nahi banega ye because ye bahut violent hai, matlab nahi hoga.
Correct.
And then ultimately 1 year he managed to publish it. And if something hits it off in Japan, there's a good chance it's going to be a multimedia thing.
Correct.
After that manga ban gaya, anime ban gaya, super hit. That dude has not needed to make anything else in his life, by the way. He has written not another book.
Perfect. He knew कि ये idea अच्छा बनाया, पैसा कमाया, in. So then tons of anime were made with the same premise, by the way, of Battle Royale. And now we have entered the game zone. So essentially, can you imagine this journey that started 300 years ago has taken time to reach the video game sphere.
Yeah, and it's insane this trajectory, because like we always maintain on this podcast how much like intense storytelling video games have, and I think nothing is better than this story, dude.
So which is why I feel now the point is, so then why did Battle Royale, like you said, right? Because first of all, you're playing against other players. You also need their help and don't need their help. So it happens in all these games, right? For a while you're with somebody, then you have to betray them. It forces people to sort of make contact, also betray someone. Like it's a weird freaking
it's a mind
interaction.
game.
Yeah, it's a mind game.
And honestly, in a mind game reminds me of...
And which means we love it so much as human beings that it becomes the top game, man. Like we all want to live that experience without dying, basically.
Yeah. In fact, I feel like this Takami dude, if he's around still, I don't know, I haven't looked it up. He'd be very happy with Fortnite and stuff like that, because he'd be like, this is what I wanted to write.
Correct.
Like, a fun pro wrestling thing. But I haven't been able to write it, but I'm glad it has become this, like
correct,
that.
Yeah.
That's wild though. Dude, but mind games reminds me, like the most intense application of the Battle Royale thing that I have seen is this manga anime called Liar Game. Have you heard of it?
No, I've not seen this one.
So, Liar Game is no violence.
Okay.
No violence. But it's intense mind games, the same scenario. People are put into this situation and they have to play mind games with each other. Mind games, like literal games.
Okay.
And basically you start off with a particular sum of money.
Okay.
And if you lose it eventually, you owe that much money.
Oh.
And the person in the end doesn't die. The person in the end is out of debt.
Oh.
So everyone you cross is like just dying because of debt at this point.
Oh, it's even more. It's more relatable.
And it's very intense. Like that.
Hey, this is a gambling anime or what?
I don't know if that is what
basically they're stuck in one casino kind of a thing.
Sort of, and they just have to like keep manipulating other people so that they can win.
I've seen this one. It's intense.
It's this is Battle Royale only, but it is like
mind game.
Different application, no violence.
Correct, but it is because
it's very violent.
You know what? I now remember the premise. The premise was all the people who are in this ride already have huge debt.
Yeah.
And they have been given a chance to play this Battle Royale debt game.
Get out of debt.
Yeah.
And if you lose the money that you started out with, you owe that to the company or the organization, the organizing committee.
And now you have to slave all your life for them.
Basically, you are gambling your life
away. Wow, intense. Hey man, so that was our deep dive into the whole Battle Royale thing. And you know what while at least when I was doing this research, what I thought is, this makes a great premise for a reality show.
It does.
Without the murder, I mean, of course, I'm not saying we'll kill people.
Yeah, I mean, like it can be like Fall Guys. Fall Guys also Battle Royale only.
Correct.
Like
Actually, Fall Guys is Battle Royale.
Yeah, so it's
Takeshi's Castle is Battle Royale.
Takeshi's Castle is Battle Royale.
Yeah, that's
We're doing it before we thought of it.
Correct. Yeah. So here's it, man. So now next time you're playing PUBG or like any Battle Royale game, you can be smart and be like, hey man, तुझे पता है Battle Royale कहाँ से आया? 300 साल पहले.
UK में people just used to fight for funsies.
Yes. And now we are fighting for funsies with AK-47s and sniper rifles.
And whatever you find along the way.
Correct. Yeah. I hope you like this podcast.
Yes.
And so why don't you comment and tell us what you think was your version of a Battle Royale? Have you witnessed a Battle Royale? तेरे school में हुआ क्या? Class में हुआ क्या Battle Royale? Or your most memorable Battle Royale memory from while playing Battle Royale games?
Yes, that.
Yeah, wow. I made that complicated.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Padako Pata.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, also hit the notification button. Yeah. And don't forget, we have new content out every week.
And little episodes during the week too.